Hello everyone. If you like what I'm doing here, please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting. It would really help the channel out quite a bit. Thank you very much. Hello, Graveyard Talkers, and welcome to another episode of Graveyard Talk. And I'm Randy, your host. So before we get started today, I'd like to just mention a couple of things. First of all, it's been about a month since I have been out. For you, not so long, because I spread out the videos quite a bit. But now the weather is starting to break, and here we are. So hopefully we can get out more and more as it gets warmer and warmer. It's a little bit chilly out today. It's supposed to get a little bit sunny, but right now it's cloudy and a little chilly, a little windy. Not bad. Also, when we're talking about New Orleans, so when I was down in New Orleans, the second to the last video I did was about 7-year-old Michael. Now, I don't want to get too deep into my physical abilities, but I'm not able to get up and walk all over the place like some of the people do in some of the videos. So it takes a great effort for me. That's why I have TOPA. And so I decided during that video to go out and look. Unfortunately, I have no idea why I did not record that. I have no explanation as to why I recorded it, but at the end of the video, you will see where I did mention that I did go there, and I really did. I did search for him, and I did look for him, but could not find him. So I apologize for that, but I did have a nasty comment about it, about I didn't get off my ass and go look for him. Well, not right then and there, because I couldn't have done it. I have to prepare for what I'm going to do. And I'm sorry if that upset some people, but or at least that one person, because he's the only person who said anything about that. But that's just the way it is. Of course, I'll try to do better, but I can't break in the middle of a session and walk over someplace. I can walk a little, but that particular day I couldn't walk. There was a couple of reasons. One, I wasn't really feeling very well that day, and two, I was dealing with quite a bit of a cold that day. And two, that particular part of the city, the cemetery where I was at, you don't want to be leaving your vehicle around. You'll come back with no wheels and it broke into. So even though it's a big cemetery, a very nice cemetery, it has been known to have the thieves in there. So I chose not to walk over there until I could put everything away and walk over where I could keep an eye on the vehicle and my gear at the same time. I don't want to be lugging around all my gear to the other side. Anyway, so that's that. The third thing is I wanted to talk about what I've noticed is a lot of swearing. Now, I'm not immune to swearing. It doesn't bother me. Or I should say I am immune to swearing. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. I try not to put a lot of it up here unless I think it's relevant. So I hope that it doesn't upset some people. No one has said anything about it, but I hope it doesn't upset some people. I think it's important that we know that the spirits also swear, and they also get frustrated, and they also get angry, and they also get mad. And that I think in the spirit world, it seems to me that the spirits talk just in a similar fashion that they did when they were alive. So I'm going to do a couple things today. I got my list of questions. I'm now up to somewhere, I don't know, 30 something. I'll look at it in a minute. But I'm in the 30, 34, 36. I also have questions from that list that are color coded. And I got them on a little 8.5 by 11 paper. And I'll be holding those up. And hopefully one of the spirits will, when I ask, will come out with a question, or at least the color, then I can ask that question. With that, let's get into it. I am in Copenhagen, I think that's how you pronounce it, Cemetery here in Raisonville Township. It was also known as McIntyre Cemetery. Earliest burial here was mid-18, I think 1847. Her name was Sarah. Not very old. I think she was in her 40s. The latest burial here was in 2018. I guess it's still an active cemetery. I don't know. I don't know who runs it. I think it's the county who runs it. Not 100% certain. But as you see, I should have put a little scan of the cemetery up, a little panoramic view of the cemetery up at the beginning, and you'll see it's a pretty old cemetery. A lot of stones on the ground. So with that, I've been going on for 5 minutes. So with that, let's get rocking and rolling. And I'll say to everybody here, my name is Randy. I'm here to mean you, and I mean you no harm. I'm here to hear your story. If you have something that you would like to say to me or those who are listening to me, I have two devices here. I have a I have a cell phone. It's a telephone. For those of you who know what a telephone is, just a electronic way of communicating. And I have a speaker. Neither one will hurt you. You can talk through the telephone, and it will send that information to the speaker. And one other thing that I did want to mention is that I don't often hear things in person that I do hear when I'm editing. So if I ask for a name and somebody pops up with their name, but I don't hear it and I just keep going on, it's just because I don't hear it. I may have never heard it. It may never have been loud enough for me to hear, but the microphone through the cell phone seems to have picked it up. So with that, let's get going. All right, for all those in McIntyre Cemetery, Copenhagen Cemetery, again, my name is Randy. Anybody like to come through and talk to me? All right, I hope it comes out. Hi, Randy. Right off the bat. Hello, who am I talking to? Was that Amanda? All right, so right off the bat, I heard hi, Randy, and then I heard Amanda. So if it wasn't Amanda who said hi, Randy, what was your name? All right, and I heard the word Bud. Now, Bud has a very special meaning to me, and come the summertime, I'm going to be doing a very special session back as soon as it starts getting warm out. I'm going to be going to the grave site of my best friend who died in 1997, and I'll be taking his daughter along with me, Leanne. You've seen her in an earlier video, the one we did about the Civil War soldier that was killed on Culp's Hill. So Bud has a very close meaning to me, and we'll talk about that at another time. Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm sitting here on top of the hill in Raisonville Township, and I'm assuming right here is a McIntyre, and an obelisk with McIntyre on it was. This was a child. He was only 6 years old. No, that can't be right. 61 years old. Looks like it says Jane McIntyre. All right, there again is Amanda. Amanda, my name's Randy. Would you like to talk to me?
and like
So I'm thinking at one time this was probably the only cemetery around. Now there's quite a few. Uh, I'm assuming this might have been on the McIntyre's property. Amanda, were you a McIntyre? No. Amanda, can you tell me where you lived, what your last name is? All right, Amanda, is your grave anywhere near me? Or am I close to where you are? I'm looking here. Say April, that's the date. Amanda, are you close to where I am? A lot of the headstones here they're unreadable. All right, Amanda, can you give me some direction? Am I looking at you? Are you behind me? Are you to my left? Are you to my right? All right, so I'm getting no guidance on that. I'm going to stand up while I'm talking and see if I can't see an Amanda here. Very hard to read these stones. Okay, Amanda, I'm standing up. Am I anywhere near where you are? All right, and as always, when I'm in a smaller cemetery, I don't get a lot of information that comes through. I don't know why. It just seems like that's just the way it is. And this a Mary, the headstone Herkimer that you're looking at. That's a Mary and a Robert Herkimer and a Susie Herkimer. I see Susie's headstone down there. There's somebody next to her. There's a James Herkimer over there and a Robert. So I don't know. I'll tell you what. Let me sit back down here. Let's see what we can. Let's see what we can hear. Does anybody else, any of the Herkimers or the McIntyres, want to come out and would like to talk to me? I do have a McIntyre here next to me, George McIntyre. All right, so I got two things with me today. So the first thing I've got a new list, and it's not rain soaked. We'll see how long that lasts. Second thing that I have a bunch of sheets here. They're in all different colors. Now that's a green or lime in case somebody thinks it's a lime. I got yellow. I got some pink. Hope that comes across as pink, but it's really pink. I've got orange. I've got blue. What did I call that? Because I didn't say it was blue. What is that? That's called purple. Then I got some blue. And then I got good old white. Nope. Cross out the white. That's for another session on down the line. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask on the back of them questions on the back. And we're going to ask the spirits what color would they like to pick of the colors that I just announced. Read it. So to everyone here in the cemetery, I've got 6 colors. I got green or lime, I got yellow, I got blue, I got purple, I got orange, I got pink. Somebody like to pick a color so I can ask you the question that's on that card. Blue. I heard blue and I heard green. I'll tell you what, we'll do both. We'll do blue and we'll do green. I got the blue here and I got the green here. And then what we'll do is we'll ask one of the questions and then we'll ask another. So blue come through first. So here's the blue one. And here's a question on blue. How do you feel? So to the spirits that are here with us today, how do you feel? Not good? Sleepy? So the question was, how do you feel? How do you feel, guys? How do you feel? Cool.
So we
Dazed? I heard the word incoming, and I do believe incoming is when a spirit is crossing over.
Where?
All right, so I got sleepy, not good. Anyone else have any thoughts that they would like us to know and how they are feeling today? You're sad? What? Why are you sad? Does it make you happier that when I'm here today, does that make you happier? Not really? What would make you happier? If you were living. All right. And if it's all right with you, I'm going to move on to the green question. Would that be all right? Too late. We're going to pick up the green card. Here's the green card. And it says, can you communicate with loved ones from anywhere they are, or does it have to be at or near where you died and or are buried? I hope everybody understood the question. Let's see what the spirits have to say. I heard somebody say bullshit. I don't know if they meant the question was bullshit or was that a statement. It wasn't a statement, it was a question. Does someone who wants to communicate with you or you communicate with them, can you do it from anywhere, or do they have to be near where you died and or where you're buried?
Say what the leader straight. Build. There's
Okay, very, very quiet. So, since the last time I did the video, someone sent me a message and they wanted to know, and this is a question for the spirits from one of my viewers. When I'm at a cemetery, there's a lot of voices coming through, and we know that. A lot of you are very patient and sit back. A lot of you want to get your point across, your words across. You want to talk to me. You just want to do something. You just want to be heard. Is it possible that we're at a cemetery, one person can be the spokesperson at a time? Can we just talk to one person at a time? Or do we have to talk to multiple people at a time? I should say multiple spirits at a time. Multiple?
No.
So I heard multiple in there. So if we have to listen to multiple people, why? Why do we have to listen to multiple people come through?
Thing on this for Microsoft recipe. So
Mary Ellen? That was the second time I heard Mary Ellen in there. Hello, Mary Ellen. How are you? Fine. Are you glad to have me back in Michigan? I know you were down there in New Orleans. I heard you a few times. You glad that I'm back up here in Michigan?
So
did.
it's like where's my
Okay, so I did hear somebody say something about my question. Not quite sure what that was about. I do like to let it go a little bit and let them talk because you know what I always say. You're not here to hear me talk. You're here to hear what they have to say. So with that, we're getting a little long in the tooth here. So with that, let's go to my questions now. Surprise, surprise, I have 35 questions. I have 35 questions here, 35 different questions. Most of them are different. Some of them are variations of the same one, but most of them are different. And these are questions that have come across to me on different forums. And so 1 through 35 to all the spirits here. Question 1 through 35. If you would like to ask me, have you ask the questions, give me a number 1 through 35.
To do.
oh don't worry.
Just ask me.
All right, I just heard Rosemary in there as well. So Mary Ellen's here, Rosemary's here. I've heard Walter in there. I've heard Michael in there. Not the Michael from in New Orleans. I was a child, but there's a Michael up here, and I never heard him in New Orleans. 1 through 35. 1 through 35 spirits. If you'd like me to ask you a question from 1 through 35. 8. Okay, 8. Yep, I gotcha. Question number 8. Let me get things set up here. I wish I could remember these by memory. All right, very simple question. Question 8 was, how hard is it? How much energy do you have to expel? How hard is it for you to talk through the spirit box, my telephone to my speaker, so we can hear you? How hard is that for you? Not hard? Get along well? So talking through a spirit box, are you aware what a spirit box was before I came out here today? Kinda? No? Simple? So without the spirit box where you're talking to me, how do you communicate with people who are still alive? How would you communicate with them? Have you communicated with them? And if you have, how would you do it? What instruments would you use? And for those of you who have never communicated with the living, why not? Why don't you communicate with the living? Well, there we go with that again. Now my thumb was on the side of the phone, and I bet you 10 to 1 something's turned down. So I'm going to stop the video here, and I'm going to figure out again what it is. I really truly believe someone is turning it off, that the spirit is coming by and turning it off. Okay, and without a doubt, it was turned all the way down. Now, again, you've heard me in other videos say it. You have to specifically turn that volume down 2 ways. You can either turn it down on the side, or on the app itself, you can turn it down, but I did neither. Who turned down my speaker? Why did you turn down my speaker? Crap.
Not really.
Too much? It was simpler. Was it too much? Was it simpler? Is that what you're saying? It was simpler. It was easier. It's too much with me being here? All right, so let me ask you very clearly. Would you like me to leave? Don't just give me a yes or no. Would you like me to leave? Is that what you're telling me? It's time to leave? So it seems like someone, a female voice in there, came in there and said, it's too much. So I don't know if it's too much for her to talk or too much for me being here. So I'm going to try one more time and see if someone can tell me, is that the problem? Am I disturbing you too much and you want me to leave? Alrighty. Definitely, without a doubt, there are some that are not happy with me being here today. I am disturbing them. We'll have to really listen when we listen to the audio. And of course, I don't want to disturb anybody because I come here in peace and respect. And so, with that, I think we'll call it a day here. I was going to do a second one here, but I think it's very obviously from what I'm hearing, some of the things I'm hearing, I really hope they come out on the um, audio when I edit this, that there are some that just don't want me here today. They were very nice, but I think they're just tired. They just want to be left alone. Maybe it's the cold weather going from warm. They're still in their winter slumber or whatever it may be. So, with that, as I always say, when you listen here, you're not listening to what I have to say. It's what the spirits have to say that's most important. And I'll do my best to bring you what they had to say. Of course, if you got any comments, suggestions for me, please leave the comments down below. And we will see you on the next one.